The Denny's PBA Tour has made its return to Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania for the Keystone State Championship. It's a well-accomplished Final Four, and they are ready to roll.
Last season, he won 3 PBA titles, including the Denny's World Championship. His stellar season ended with him being named the PBA Player of the Year from Tarrytown, New York, Patrick Allen.
The intense left-hander got past me in the round of 32 this week and has not lost a game since. He rides a 9-game win streak into today's TV finals.
The 2004 PBA Player of the Year. He counts 2 majors among his 6 career titles. His perfect game in Windsor Locks in 2003 was the last televised 300 game. From Heartland, Michigan, Major Mika Koivuniemi.
The Big Fin has owned left-handers on television, winning 11 of 12 matches. His only loss to his first opponent today, Patrick Allen.
Big Fin is back.
A PBA Hall of Famer, he earned a 5-year exemption with a win at the 2004 PBA World Championship. Today he looks for his 11th career title. From King, North Carolina, Tom Baker.
51-year-old Tom Baker made history this past summer, becoming the first man ever to capture the Senior Tour's Rookie and Player of the Year honors. He hopes his success continues on the big tour today.
The winner of the season's first major, the USBC Masters. He sits 3rd in the PBA World Point Rankings. Today he looks to win 2 titles in the same season for the first time in his career. From Amarillo, Texas, Mike Scroggins.
The party at Scroggins continues. He beat down last week's winner, Pete Weber, in the round of 8 to become the second left-hander on today's show.
These are your finalists competing for the title in the Keystone State Championship.
We are at the history-rich ABC West Lanes, just a short drive from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. I'm Joe Tessitore in for Dave Ryan. Randy Peterson, what an impressive road to this semifinal round this week.
Right you are, Joe. Take a look at who our 4 finalists had to beat on the way to the TV show. 3 Hall of Famers, Walter Ray, Pete Weber, and Brian Voss, all fell in the round of 8. I guess you can't say Mika, PA, Scroggins, and Baker didn't earn their way here today, Joe.
Did they ever, Randy? And what a great way to start things off. It doesn't get any better than this. We have the last 2 winners of the Player of the Year award. We will start things off with PA. Now, last year, you took out Mika. It was a very emotional exchange in the U.S. Open. It was very heated. Came down to a sudden death roll-off. Do you expect the same level of intensity in facing him today?
Well, I mean, the whole thing about, the match against me and Mika, none of that stuff is planned. I don't try and do any of that stuff. So let's hope it's exciting and stay tuned. We'll see what happens.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Mika, you had won 11 straight televised games against left-handers before he snapped that streak. Revenge on the mind?
No, I have to start a new string, that's all.
All right, I'm sure you're ready for it. Randy, they are ready for action. It was great the last time they faced off against each other. What are the lane conditions for these guys?
Chameleon pattern, Joe, 39 feet this week and very tricky. The left-handers, they played pretty straight up about first arrow, 5-6 board. Well, Mika, he played to his strength. Straight and firm from out. You're going to watch Tom Baker today do a little loop-de-doop from in. But the key this week was avoiding open frames. It seemed like every time you made a bad shot, it was an open. Avoid the washouts and the splits. Only 2 perfect games this week, one of them by Mika Koivuniemi.
Ringing 10, Mika here joined by his wife Lena, Ida, and Lydia, his daughters, who drove in from Michigan. See the single pin conversion this week, perfect.
Mika prides himself on being a good spare shooter.
The ace said that he had a few weeks where he really felt like he didn't bowl very well at all. And the other lefties were doing some damage out here on the tour, so he wanted to work on some things. Expect more out of himself.
And that right there, you know, is what I was talking about in the oil pattern. Is exactly what you need to happen when you do make a mistake or when you do miss the pocket. PA leaves himself only the 3-pin instead of the 3-7-9, which a lot of the other lefties that didn't make this show left, as you see his sister, Sheila. That was the key, man. Stay away from the big designs and leave yourself something you can make.
And they stay perfect on the single conversions. The ace hardware matchup. Randy, how do these numbers stack up?
Well, you know, you see the numbers there, but the real story in this match is lefty versus righty. I mean, Mika has been, he's gone on record as saying, I'm left-hander's worst nightmare. And you know, he had PA's number up until last year's U.S. Open.
You can see head-to-head on TV, 3-1 Mika. Of course, that one, though, is what has set up the hype for this matchup.
This is called high flush here. Great shot. I watched PA do this to me for 6 games in the round of 32. He did a lot of that throughout match play.
You faced him first thing Friday morning, so you got a close-up look at the momentum he carries into this. And they both go spare strike to start things off. Take a look at how Mika arrived to this point.
Great matchup against Brian Himmler. He was actually down 1-2 early in that match, came back and won, and then a great match against Walter Ray Williams Jr. to get to the telecast.
Flush again.
Mika playing to his strength. A little loft, a lot of speed, his hand behind it, and nice and direct. Just like you said, Joe, that was flush.
Third frame for PA. 5 PBA Tour titles. And the road for Patrick Allen, 35-year-old from Tarrytown, New York, has arrived at this point, getting through Randy. And then, Randy, come to find out, you were the only one that was able to win any games against PA.
Yeah, some consolation, huh?
The check seems a lot better, doesn't it?
It's still the same amount of money whether I won 2 games or got swept. But hard to believe PA would sweep Tommy Jones. I mean, you're not going to see that happen very often.
Jones has been so hot for the past year and a half.
Last 2 shots by Patrick Allen. Remember, he went light on this lane his first shot. That was high flush. Follows it up with this great shot on the left lane. Right now, Patrick Allen with a 10-pin lead early on semifinal number 1, 4th frame.
4th frame for the Big Finn. And he matches his own 3-bagger.
Beautiful long, fluid arm swing, great timing, beautiful body position at the foul line. And there's the intensity in his eyes that we've grown accustomed to seeing every time Mika is on the big show.
Intensity, a key word to this semifinal number 1.
Well, when PA went light, he left the 3-pin. Mika goes light here, leaves only the 2-pin. Again, avoiding the open frame, leaving himself a single pin spare. Remember, both players perfect on single pin spare conversions for the week.
And he stays that way. Getting back in the groove is Mika Koivuniemi. Says he prefers the TV setting compared to the Friday off TV rounds. Gets him more focused. Some guys melt under the big lights, not the big fin.
Ball drifts just a shade high, and you kind of saw this coming the last 2 shots that he's thrown on that right lane. Light, high flush. This one just a pinch right of target. Almost gets the trip on the 6-pin.
Patrick Allen makes that. Let's take a look at the Denny's point standings. The march to the World Championship. Norm Duke on top, and we have 3 of our competitors in the top 10. As for some of the notables, wondering where some of the big names are. Walter Ray, number 21.
Chris Barnes suffering from a back injury. Danny Wiseman in a car accident recently broke his left hand. And in Danny's own words, he is just a complete mess right now. We want to wish those guys well and get back to the form they're accustomed to.
Little late action, got lucky there.
And a great break, tripping out the split. He knows that it's going high, but again, avoiding the opens. That was the key this week. That's what got guys through matches. That's what won games for you.
Multiple pin conversion, you saw the numbers. Critical when it comes to Sunday. Makes it. Well, when we come back, we will have the conclusion of the PA Major Mika semifinal. Stay with us. More Denny's PBA Tour action when we return. The Keystone State Championship is brought to you by Denny's. We're cooking now. By Ace, the official hardware store of the PBA. Ace, the helpful place. By BowlersParadise.com, the official online retailer of the PBA. Log on today and win a free ball. And by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% on car insurance. Visit geico.com or call 1-800-947-AUTO. Good crowd has come out to see the Keystone State Championship. We are here in Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. Joe Tessitore in for Dave Ryan alongside Randy Peterson. The PBA Tour loves to have their stars in the spotlight. And we saw a great 8 on Friday night that has produced a fantastic 4 here on Sunday. But beyond that, with this new format, they've gotten exactly what they've wanted with this semifinal, and that's a rivalry.
Absolutely. I think one of the goals of the new PBA when they took over about 5 or 6 years ago was to create rivalries. This is the best one we have on tour. Mika, he's a hater of left-handers. I mean, he says himself, I am lefty's worst nightmare. But PA gave him a wake-up call at last season's U.S. Open when he beat him in a roll-off.
Oh, it's
Yeah, remember when I commented on the key word being intensity? I think you got a dose of it right there. But look at this stat on Mika, the big Finn, 15-2 in the first match on TV. This is a guy that likes to get out of the gate.
Yeah, he's done very well in first matches on television, which is a sign of how well he handles pressure.
6 frame.
Look out.
High. Right through the head pin.
In this spare no give me, because of the sleeper, leaves the 3-6-8. He knows it's going high as soon as it leaves his hand.
9 of 9 on multi-pin conversions this week.
Going with a plastic ball, this is going to go straight, and if it gets too far right of the 3-pin, he'll miss this.
No missing it there.
Great shot.
Mika down a pin into the 7th. Time to get to work, Randy.
Well, and that was a pretty good shot, and he got a real bad break there, leaving the pocket 4-9. Again, just a pinch high, you know, just either the 4 or the 9, but not both. Now Mika has to slide the 4 over into the 9 to remain clean this game.
Wife and 2 beautiful daughters made the trip down from Michigan to support him here. Last time they were in attendance, he won in Indianapolis. Not enough.
And right now, PA just got the opening he was looking for. He takes a big lead sitting on the bench. Needed to get this ball a little bit further left.
See the wife, Lena. Big sigh after that one. So an opportunity here for Patrick Allen, the defending PBA Tour Player of the Year. Takes advantage.
We talk about the exempt tour. Here's how you acquire an exemption. Up to 16 standard event champions. We have 4 major tournaments out here, so the winners of the 4 majors get an exemption. 1 open field event champion and 1 exemption from the Final Frame special event.
Talked about Patrick Allen being the Player of the Year. He made the comment to us he doesn't know if that means as much as it once used to. We'll get into that a little more.
Wow. That was a violent messenger that just went in front of the 10-pin. Take a look at this pin action. Patrick Allen looking to take advantage of the open frame by Mika and put boots to him and just blows the rack in half. Pins go right in front of the 10.
Made the comment that the Player of the Year doesn't mean as much, Randy, saying, you know, it's so fickle out here. You could be bowling well and you just don't catch one break and you don't win. And the other way is true also.
Yeah, you know, with the new format, I mean, that's the way it is. You know, you get the right guy on the right pair of lanes, you look like a world beater. The wrong guy on the wrong pair of lanes, it looks like you can't average 190.
Well, that stellar year to earn him the Player of the Year honors, 3 titles, and earned $350,000. And he said to us, he said, you just can't assume it's going to happen again. He says he thinks about defending that title and winning it again when he's not bowling, but when he's in the zone bowling, doesn't think about Player of the Year at all. Here's the big Finn now.
Wow. Talk about some funky pin carry. This is where the 6 goes to the sidewall and cuts the 10 out, and the 8's still standing.
picks up the spare in the 8th.
Take a look at what both players are doing with release at the bottom of the swing. A little bit on the side to get that ball to turn the corner, a little bit more than we thought. And, you know, the straighter you go, the more you want your hand behind it to control the change of direction down the lane.
Major Mika, only person in PBA history to win majors as his first 2 titles. Needs to come up big here. Oh boy.
Nice ball change, Mika. Nice ball change.
You heard him say it. He made a ball change, went to a more aggressive bowling ball, and this ball hooks late. Mika, another bad break on the same lane. He goes back-to-back 4-9, pocket 7-10 on the left lane.
Only 3 ever 7-10s made in TV history, and that's why. ESPN's coverage of the Denny's PBA Tour rolls on with the Empire State Championship. The greatest bowlers in the world will compete for their share of $232,000. The Denny's PBA Tour on ESPN Sunday at 1 Eastern next week, coming to you from Clifton Park, New York.
Saw that 7-10 left by Mika. I bowled next to his tour roommate, Pat Healy Jr., who actually made the 7-10 in qualifying this week. Patrick Allen taking a re-rack.
Two open frames for Mika, the 7th and the 9th, and Patrick Allen out in front. Still to come, semifinal number 2, Tom Baker and Mike Scroggins. What a great story Baker has been the past couple of years. A-OK.
Right now, Patrick Allen, all he needs to do is keep it on the lane and stay behind the foul line in the 10th frame, and he's going to be a winner.
7 pins away from wrapping up semifinal number 1.
And it appears that Patrick Allen now has Mika Koivuniemi's number when it comes to the battle of the opposite hands.
11 straight lefties fell on TV to the big fin. But now PA has solved that. He advances to the championship of the Keystone State Championship here in Mechanicsburg.
We're now fast tracking. The match is over. The players are just going to bowl out instead of Mika waiting for PA to finish. He's just going to go ahead and finish out here in the 10th frame. Patrick Allen just doing what he's been doing all week long, and that's a lot of striking and making a lot of great shots on, again, a pattern that is fairly tricky. Had to make good shots this week. There wasn't a lot of help left and right.
And you know, if you ask me who was the guy that had more confidence and momentum rolling into this, just talking to Mika yesterday, he had it all.
Yeah, he's a real confident guy, and obviously, you know, when you're making shows and bowling well, whoa, hang on there, PA, hang on.
You're a little slip sliding away there on the approach.
When you're making shows and you're winning matches, that always helps the confidence. It looked like he just stuck. Whoa, he almost took a header.
See that right foot stuttering before the foul line? Final ball of this semifinal number 1. Patrick Allen, the player of the year, advances to the finals here at the Keystone State Championship. Still to come, the PBA Skills Challenge. It's a ball-banging, high-flying, heart-breaking, pin-popping classic between PA and the man from PA, Aries Mike Machuga. Welcome back to Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania, the PBA Keystone State Championship. Well, the time has come to continue the round of 16 in our PBA Skills Challenge. This week, Pennsylvania native Mike Machuga takes on our current finalist, Patrick Allen. Here we go. You know the rules. Make your shot. If your opponent can't match it, you get a strike. 3 strikes and you win. We'll start things off with Patrick Allen. What is he doing here, Randy?
I have no idea, but he's got a lot of balls on the lane.
4 balls on the lane, 3 lined up.
There we go.
The pool ball shot.
Not even the way he wanted it.
Let's see if Mike Machuga can be Minnesota Fats to Patrick Allen's Willie Mosconi.
It's like bowling's version of croquet.
This week, I'll put it on my next week's. All right. Blind luck. Be right.
So no strike earned.
And it was better than his.
Nicely done here. Watch this ball. It splits it right down the middle.
One finger. I count. So easy.
1 finger high count. The
One
shot
finger
called
high
out
count.
by Mike Machuga.
I like this one. This is like the Pete Weber shot right here.
Wow.
Always good for 9.
That's plenty. Keep chirping.
Hook.
Wow. Not good.
1 up.
So Machuga goes up. 1 zip.
9.
And now, oh, look at this, Randy. A full deck. The 30-pin setup.
Bowling trifecta right here.
Well, gotta pry it off.
Try to hit the one closest to you.
I'm gonna try. That's kind of far back though, but we'll see.
Patrick Allen sizing things up. Now, is this just pure power? Is it as simple as that?
I think this is just, hey, hit the head pin.
Right, let them all fall. Domino effect. Here it goes.
I got to go set all those up now.
Yeah, as if he's going to be a high-priced pin
Hold some
boy.
Action. Who'd you bowl?
Any glasses?
You used to wear them.
You just throw it right down the middle.
I know. Used to do a lot of things.
I think the hardest part about this shot is setting it up.
No doubt about it.
I hope I hit the head pin.
Replay there. No strike earned as Machuga was able to match it on the 30-pin shot.
Oh, I'm gonna need it. I might not even do it. We'll see.
I've never even seen you holding 2 balls in one hand before.
I guess that's why you.
2 balls trying to take out the 4-6.
I think.
All right. Let's get these things steered the right way once. Oh, that's pure. That is pure. Oh, yeah.
Here indeed for the 28-year-old from Erie, Pennsylvania. Patrick Allen now has to match that shot.
That looks real uncomfortable.
I gave it a shot. That's about all I can do.
We didn't give it a shot. It was a great try. Strike number 2 for Mike Machuga. Patrick, we're back to your list.
So Mike Machuga 1 strike away
Patrick is going to
from
attempt
winning
a strike shot with the
this
thumb
skills
only
challenge.
in the ball. Thumb only.
This is a thumb-only strike attempt from Patrick Allen.
Rosin and tape, a good idea here.
Oh my gosh, you throw it normal.
Well, it doesn't make it so Machuga doesn't have to attempt that. Instead, he gets to call out the shot. He is going to throw it from behind the approach over the foul line. Most pins win.
Well, that's got a hook. Oh,
Out the window.
All right, that's a 7 count.
So
my money
7 the
ball. That's
number
not good.
for Patrick Allen.
I don't think PA has ever
Patrick
done
is
this in his
looking for
life.
7 or more.
The only thing he's
7 to
thinking about is
survive.
not getting injured.
Falls forward. That was kind of like a shot putter falling over the line in track and field.
Final strike
So
for
Mike Machuga wins 3-zip.
Applause for Patrick Allen. Patrick Allen.
On next week's PBA Skills Challenge, we got it all. Pool cues, water bottles, and oh, by the way, Mika Koivuniemi and Chris Loschetter. Don't want to miss it. On the road, the Denny's PBA Tour next week will be in Clifton Park, New York for the Empire State Classic. You can go to pba.com for more information. And then 2006 comes our way with the Earl Anthony Medford Classic in Oregon, January 4th through 8th at Lava Lanes. Still have the matchup of hot-handed veterans coming up. Mike Scroggins is feeling confident calling this season a career year. In his 17th season on tour, Mike Scroggins finally broke through for his first major win. As the #2 seed, he defeated Art Brown and Norm Duke on his way to the title. This in the midst of a stretch in which Scroggins bowled 73 straight games over 200, a PBA record. In for Dave Ryan, I'm Joe Tessitore, back with you at the PBA Keystone State Championship. A look at how the brackets have gone. You saw Patrick Allen has advanced to the finals here over the Big Fin. As for whose name is next to move onward, Randy Peterson is standing by with the semifinal #2 competitors. Randy?
Joe, a couple of major championship winners with me, and Tommy, I'll start with you. You did something this summer that's never been done in the history of the PBA. On the senior tour, you won Rookie and Player of the Year honors in one season. How do you account for that?
A lot of luck. You know, when you start the season, you don't look at the Player of the Year or Rookie of the Year. It's not even in your mind. But with 2 weeks to go, when the tournament season was ending, I was thinking about it and hoping, and I led the last two tournaments. So I felt good. It's a great honor to win for my peers. You know, they voted for me, and hats off to those guys. Go Seniors.
Thanks, Tommy. Good luck. Mike Scroggins, you said that this is a career year for you, and of course that $100,000 check that you cashed at the Masters a month ago certainly doesn't help or hurt any. But with another win, you can really add to your dream season. How do you get it done today?
Well, like my good friend Chris Barnes told me after I won the Masters, he said, just ride that wave as long as you can, and I'm just going to try to make good shots today and keep it going.
All right, party at Scroggins. Good luck, Mike. Another matchup between lefty and righty, Joe.
Indeed it is. We saw that action in semifinal #1. Lefty-righty here in semifinal #2. A look at what's at stake. The big prize, $40,000 and 25,000 points. Tom Baker, Mike Scroggins, 51-year-old Tom Baker came off the senior tour. Took off the month of September after his summer on the senior tour. Seven still standing. That was probably a good thing for him to just step away for the game. I mean, that's a long year to go from this tour right into that summer tour. Need to take that break and just refresh.
Yeah, and Tommy is the kind of guy that just bowls constantly. He's like Parker Bone III, who just never takes time off. He just truly loves the game of bowling. It doesn't matter if it's a little mini tournament at home, senior tour, or the big tour.
Bowled 19 games on Friday, did Tom Baker. Said he wasn't tired at all, completely focused for Mike Scroggins. Good start for the lefty. Of course, the pressure alleviates when you pocketed 100,000 earlier this year.
And again, you look at the numbers here. These guys averaged almost identical numbers. Another matchup of righty versus lefty. Two major championship winners, but Mike Scroggins red hot coming off of that Masters win a month ago. Tommy Baker hasn't made the show since he last won the World Championships in '04.
This was the day of the majors here on the PBA Tour. Two out of the gate for Scroggins. In fact, 4 TV bowlers here today. All 4 have won major titles. Last time you can say that all TV competitors were major winners, 1995. Second frame for Baker. Flush.
Great shot there. Tommy Baker, one of the nicest guys the tour has ever known. You see that classic style, and he's been around a long time. keeps himself in great shape. That was a great shot. Says he does about an hour of cardio 5 days a week. He's in tremendous shape, and that's why he's been able to stay out here for as long as he's been, as he takes a re-rack.
Let's take a look at how Tom Baker got to this point. You can see that he has visited the Hall of Fame, and it was on Friday, because look who he went through. Had a roll-off against Brian Voss in game number 6. That was a great encounter we all watched here Friday night.
Dang it.
Chin scratcher for Baker.
Yeah, lanes look tough on the left, or excuse me, on the right side of the lane. And one of the things that you didn't have a whole lot of this week was hold. That ball's a little left of target, and there's no way it's going to stay on line.
Whoa, gets the kick there from the 6-pin.
I know I had it. Easy there, Trigger.
I know I had it as soon as I went down.
Great comment. He knew he had it as soon as they all went down.
He's seen it all. 51-year-old Tom Baker. 29 years on tour. Scroggins now working on 2 strikes.
Too hard. Shot, Mike.
Boy, and he had an opportunity to really put the screws to Tom Baker. He gets too firm, and again, we talked about it before in the open, beginning of the telecast. Speed and hand position at release, vital.
So an open for Scroggins. Scroggins rode to this TV portion of the PBA Tour Sunday. PDW in the round of 8 and came back from a 1-3 deficit in the round of 16.
In that match against Pete Weber, he lost the first game. He said he went through 8 or 9 bowling balls. He finally found the right one and then won the next 4.
Seven-pin. You don't have that luxury in this setting.
Pretty good shot there. The 4 goes around the 7. Oh! Unbelievable.
This is the single pin spare conversion, so back-to-back donuts for Scroggins.
Said he missed one in practice, and sometimes that backswing gets a little bit behind Mike Scroggins, and that sends the ball out too far to the left. Right now, Tommy Baker in the driver's seat.
Indeed he is. 4th frame for Baker. And here's where that confidence starts snowballing, when your opponent gives you an opportunity like that, Randy.
Our exempt tour qualifiers: Pete Weber, Steve Jarris, Danny Wiseman, all major championship winners along with Tom Baker.
And Tom Baker loves being on that list, Randy. He made the comment to us the other day. He says, hey, I'm going to be out here as long as they allow me to be out here. I love it. And you can see that he does love it. 5th frame, working on the strike.
Oh, easy there. It's a pretty good shot there, and almost leaves a pocket 7-10. Nice short backswing, beautiful follow through, great balance at the foul line. Not a lot of moving parts for Tom Baker, and that's one of the keys to his longevity out here.
Takes care of that. Tom Baker, 19-pin lead on Mike Scroggins. Just what Scroggins needed.
Better shot.
Could use a few more. Well, you want to hold on to your hats because the coverage of the National Finals Rodeo continues on ESPN. Top 15 competitors in 7 events. They will battle for the prize as the Super Bowl of Rodeos wraps up in Vegas. Championship round coverage on ESPN today at 4:30 Eastern. Mike Scroggins facing his own bucking bronco in this semifinal number 2. Trying to get back in the saddle.
Yeah, he's trying to erase the demons from the 3rd and 4th frame. Back-to-back ringing 7s on this left lane from Mike Scroggins. Let's see what kind of adjustment he makes when he shoots the 7-pin this time.
Oh, can you believe that, Randy?
Nice spare shooting.
So 2 times Scroggins cannot deal with the 7-pin. We will be back and wrap up semifinal number 2. Stay with us on the Denny's PBA Tour. The Keystone State Championship is brought to you by Motel 6, official lodging partner of the PBA. For the lowest price of any national chain, go to motel6.com. By Pepsi, the official soft drink of bowling. And by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% on car insurance. Visit geico.com or call 1-800-947-AUTO. We welcome you back. Good crowd here at the ABC West Lanes in Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania, the PBA Keystone State Championship. It's been 19 months since we've seen Tom Baker on TV. Good to see him here. He's got that slow and steady style. It hasn't changed. Randy breaks it down in this week's Dexter Approach.
Tommy Baker has what I call very late timing based on when the ball enters the swing. Notice how it doesn't get into the swing until his 3rd step with a 5-step approach. What that does is it makes or creates very slow ball speed, but Tommy gets away with it because of the fact of how much around the side of the ball he is at release. What this does is it helps to get the ball through the front part of the lane consistently each and every time.
Reason to smile. Going into the 6th frame, he leads by 31 pins. Wouldn't mind seeing a Baker's dozen today.
Whoa. Now, either Tommy really pulled that or he made an adjustment on that lane, but this is a lot further inside than he had been playing.
So far inside, you could see late action on the 7, but the multi-pin conversion still to come. Takes care of business there in the 6th. Up 28 pins. The Hall of Famers this week. What a crew we saw come through here in the Harrisburg area. Walter Ray 6th, Pete Weber 7th, Voss 5th in a classic round of 8 confrontation against this man right here, Tom Baker.
99 years of PBA in that match. Well, Tommy's still giving Mike Scroggins some breathing room. With a mark here, he's going to be leading by 27. Mike Scroggins can strike out for a possible 209. Tom Baker going at a 196 pace.
A single pin conversion, something that Tom Baker has taken care of and has just killed Mike Scroggins in this semifinal. He was 39 of 39 in the tournament, and then today in this semifinal, 0 for 2, 2 times that 7-pin getting the best of him.
Yeah, and it's real unusual, especially for a guy that likes to go straight like Mike Scroggins does. I mean, that's why he was 39 for 39, and then all of a sudden just lose direction shooting the 7-pin out of nowhere.
Oh, here he goes again.
Well,
let's see if I can spare this one.
Exactly what we're thinking, Mike. This was in the 4th frame, and then come the 6th.
Hey, I spared.
Best place to buy for the PBA fan on your holiday shopping list is at PBA.com. New items now available at the PBA store include 4 different fleeces. You got the new hoodies and hats. And between now and the end of the year, the PBA is offering free shipping on orders of $50 or more. You can check it out at PBA.com.
I think I'm going to get you a hoodie, Jim.
Oh, I love it. And a vibrant purple, please. So he strikes in the 8th. But Tom Baker leads by 27 pins.
Let's see what Bakes does on this right lane. Last time on this lane, way inside. See if he's going to move further to the left or move back to the right. Looks
You
like
can see that Scroggins can only max out at 199.
Looks like Bakes has moved further left.
Maybe that's what he was trying to do last time.
Wow. The softball speed and that side rotation he puts on it at release helps enable this ball to hook back. And Tommy Baker got that back from no man's land because I bowled on this pattern and you didn't get it back from that spot.
Tom Baker able to. Up 27, working on the strike. Chance to go up 37. And the 51-year-old hoping to be heading to the TV finals. He's found it, Randy.
Yeah, Tommy's got it going on now. And all he needs in the 10th frame is a mark, no matter what Mike Scroggins does.
Man, come on.
This is beautiful. Not as far to the right. This ball is going to end up high flush. Watch this. Here it comes. It splits the 8-9 in half. Tommy Baker knows with that hit there, all he needs is any mark in the 10th to bowl for the title.
A little late love tap there.
Still alive.
Been a tough road for Scroggins.
I can do something.
We see it time and time again out here. Put pressure on your opponent. Force him to perform in the 10th frame. Mike Scroggins throws 3 right here. He'll shoot 199 and force Tom Baker to mark in the 10th frame.
Three straight for Scroggins.
Some missed spares, some bad carry, the undoing of Mike Scroggins. Tommy Baker is going to advance to bowl Patrick Allen for the title.
188 for Scroggins. Righty-lefty's been the theme all day. And it'll continue through into the championship.
Throw him like the last 2, you'd be great.
No doubt about that. Struck in the 8th, 9th, and on that last ball. Calm, cool, and productive. strong finish for Tom Baker. He will look to keep that momentum going when he faces PA Patrick Allen in the Keystone State Championship. It's wonderful to be a part of the return of the PBA Tour, Denny's PBA Tour, back here in the Harrisburg area. Thanks to our host, Gary Bauer. We have had a wonderful week here at his ABC West Lanes in Mechanicsburg. It's a bowling center that has a rich PBA Tour history. At the 93 Greater Harrisburg Open right here at the ABC West Lanes, Brian Davis made history winning the first PBA Tour event he ever entered. Facing Walter Ray in the title match, only a 2-pin denied the 21-year-old a 300 game. He would never make another TV final in his career. At the 94 Greater Harrisburg Open, our own Randy Peterson won his landmark 10th title with a win over Bob Vespi. Peterson qualified as the tournament leader, needing only one win to take the title. It was the first time in his career that Randy's wife, Becky, was on hand to see him win. And we want to be the first to wish beautiful Becky a happy birthday tomorrow. And Back to the Future with Randy. Boy, he still looks great, doesn't he? Strolling down memory lane here at the ABC West Lanes. Well, coverage of the National Finals Rodeo continues on ESPN. The top 15 competitors in 7 events will battle at the Super Bowl of Rodeos. It is a great event out in Vegas. You won't want to miss it. Championship round coverage on ESPN today at 4:30 Eastern. Of course, we have some great competition still ahead of us. Patrick Allen and Tom Baker in the finals here. PA, he has been hot. He has won his last 10 games. Let's see if he can keep it up when we come back. Alongside Randy Peterson, I'm Joe Tessitore, the Denny's PBA Tour just outside of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. There's a look at how we have arrived at the Keystone Finals. Randy, tell us all about it in the Geico Championship recap.
You got it, Joe. In semifinal number 1, Mika Koivuniemi leaves a late blowout 7-10, allowing Patrick Allen to seal the deal and move on 226 to 200. And semi number 2, Mike Scroggins missing a couple of 7-pins. You just can't do that out here against Tommy Baker. Bakes cruises to an easy semifinal win, 225 to 188, setting up a great championship match, righty versus lefty.
That's been the theme. There's the prize that they have their eyes on. Tom Baker won his first major in 2004, winning the World Championship, an emotional victory for the 51-year-old native of Buffalo. Come on! Late 7 there. Now he was a little high.
Right through the face. 3, 6, 7, 10. 7 falls late. Tommy made 2 of these in the previous match.
He was finding that inside position at the end of that first semifinal and takes care of the 3, 6, 10.
Let it go, Bakes. Let it go.
Hey, Bakes is saying you got to let it go, meaning you can't pinch it or grab it at the bottom of the swing, because if you do, it's going to go left every time, and there's nothing to save it to the pocket. And in my opinion, Tommy Baker needs to bowl his best game to beat Patrick Allen. I just think that Patrick Allen has a much better look to the pocket.
Take a look at the Ace Hardware matchup between Baker and PA.
And you can see why PA had so much success this week, as he out-averaged Tom Baker by 10 pins a game. Again, to me, it looks like he's got the inside track. He's more comfortable with the angle he's playing to the pocket, and I just think that Tom Baker is going to have his hands full with the reigning Player of the Year.
1-2 this year on TV. 9-2 last year when he got that piece of hardware for the Mantle Place. Player of the Year, earned $354,000 on tour last year. Lefty out of the gate strong.
I had nightmares about this shot right here that PA threw because he threw a lot of them at me like this. There's nothing but shrapnel left after that ball hits the pocket. Yeah, you don't think this guy can feel that victory may soon be his? Again, Bakes, in my opinion, has to be perfect as far as shot execution for the entire match.
16 years the senior to Patrick Allen. A little wisdom shown there.
And if you were wondering who the oldest player to win on the tour and the senior tour, well, John Handegard, 1995, Kennewick, Washington. He was 57 years old when he won on the regular tour and also won on the senior tour that same year.
If Tom Baker keeps up with that cardio program he talks so much about, he hopes to be topping that one day. Third frame for Baker.
Same kind of deal.
Spot.
Same kind of deal.
Yep.
Just grabbing it. The ball doesn't move to the right. It doesn't go to the right, and it's because of a little bit of a grab, and that makes the ball check early and go left out of his hand.
Whoa, a little slide there off the three.
Thanks is cool.
I knew I had as soon as it went down.
Again.
Wow, make a good one, will you?
Look at the lane comparison for the 51-year-old, 29-year pro. See, that right lane has treated him so well. Patrick Allen struck in the first two frames. Third frame for PA.
At least Tommy gets to finish on the right lane.
Three times the charm.
It's like throwing chum in the water. You know, this guy feels it. He smells it, man. It's right there in front of him.
Interesting visiting with PA yesterday because you got a sense that this is a man who's not satisfied. He's the player of the year, but he's not satisfied.
Well, you know, PA tried to downplay that player of the year stuff, and I'll tell you what, Patrick Allen, there was absolutely no doubt, you know, who should have been player of the year last year. As much as he tries to downplay it, what a tremendous season he had.
There's that intensity that PA is known for. A four-bagger to open up the finals of the Keystone State Championship. We'll finish it up when we come back. Back to action. Championship match. Keystone State Championship. Tom Baker down 30 pins to a red-hot Patrick Allen, fourth frame.
Ball change, right lane, and that's his good lane.
6 strikes on that right lane. So many struggles on the left side.
You know, I was always under the adage that straighter is greater when the lanes are tough. And that's what PA is doing. Nice and direct to the pocket. Tommy Baker, I think, playing a little bit more angle than he had played the entire week, with the exception of maybe the latter part of the games in qualifying.
Okay.
See, Tommy has struggled on the left lane, Joe. These are the last two shots that he's thrown, along with a shot from the previous game, and all three look identical. And you know what people don't understand is when there's not a lot of area on the lane, you feel like you're bowling in a phone booth, and it's hard to let go.
Something you stressed a lot this week. Bray finds the pocket that time. There in the fifth frame. Patrick Allen
That was a shot.
with a
right?
four-bagger
Strike out.
to open up this championship match as you look at the other finishers here in Mechanicsburg. It's the Motel 6 sixth frame. Patrick Allen has thrown the front 5 with a strike in the 6. He'll earn $600 from Motel 6, the official lodging partner of the PBA. Will also be eligible for a $6,000 bonus if he throws the front 6 more than any other bowler on TV this season. A little something extra for PA. You can hear him saying, time to relax. They won't be peeling off the Bills anytime.
And again, the open frame is avoided. Patrick Allen right now in complete control of the match halfway through. As you see, a little firm with the speed. The ball doesn't bite down lane.
It's been perfect on single pin conversions this week, 32 of 32. And the opportunities that Mike Scroggins was giving to Tom Baker are not showing up as Patrick Allen is focused and ready. Pin for Baker in the 6th.
Watch this steering action right here. Tommy Baker struggling. Lane conditions very brutal, very tough, and a little flinch. You see how he kind of came up out of that. The elbow goes a little bit to the inside. Was still able to direct the ball in a great line. But when you're pinching it, the pins know it. The end result, bad carry.
PBA Tour rolls on. Denny's PBA Tour will be at the Empire State Championship. Best bowlers in the world will be going after $232,000 in prizes in Clifton Park, New York, right outside of Schenectady, New York.
Ow, you just hit me.
My hometown. I'll be watching you next week, Randy.
Can I get to put in a good work for me and get some nice grub?
Oh, don't worry about that up there.
Apparently you have some
Baker, nothing to worry about in the 7th.
Good job, H. Good job, baby.
40-pin difference. PA, the player of the year in 2005. Spent so much time talking about this format being do or die. But the pressure has treated him well. Oh, across the deck. And down she goes.
And right now, Patrick Allen showing you his maple moxie. Watch this beautiful stroke right here. Steady head, eyes on the target, straight through it. Great balance at the foul line. He stays balanced, and the head pin's going to come over and just absolutely take the 7 out.
He's won 5 titles on the Denny's PBA Tour. Looking for 6. And the lefties doing well out on the tour. You know, he said, I was watching for a period of time where the lefties were doing so well, anybody was scoring if you were left-handed, and I was struggling. I knew something was wrong, but he straightened things out. 8th frame for PA.
Stay behind one time. It's worth it.
It's going to be worth $40,000 if he keeps it up.
Right now he's got a foot on the throat of Tom Baker. Tom Baker working on a strike in the 7th. He has to strike out.
Stay behind one time. Worth it. It's worth it.
Nice shot there by Tom Baker, you heard Patrick Allen say it's worth it. It's worth it. He actually had to take a shot clock violation. First offense is $100, and you know what? Instead of trying to beat the clock, he said, you know what? There's a shot clock there. 25 seconds from the time the ball comes out of the ball return. That's when you need to get up and throw a shot. And he said, you know what? I'm not rushing this next shot. I pay the fine.
Baker was working on 2 strikes there.
I'll tell you what, those last 2 ring and 10s, if Bakes could have struck, he would have had a 5-bagger and would have been well in this match. Right now, he needs some big help.
Patrick Allen finished in the top 5 of all 4 Denny's PBA Tour major events last year. First bowler to ever do that. Easily on his way to the Player of the Year award.
Joey's doing what he needs to do, keeping the ball in play. I mean, if he fills frames, meaning any marks, 9th and 10th, he can't lose.
Absolutely. 51-year-old Tom Baker looking on. The Hall of Famer was inducted in '99. Won a major in 2004, his first. And then the success on the senior tour. But now Patrick Allen looks to be just a little too much. A pin away from claiming the title here at the Keystone State Championship.
For all those non-believers, Patrick Allen proving once again that he is.
Tell me, bro. I know why you missed it, bro. AR slippery over there.
Talking about why Mike Scroggins missed those 7 pins. Slick approaches.
That was in semifinal number 2. Created a huge opening for Tom Baker. Not the case with PA. He's been able to handle it. Pin away.
One time, Harrisburg! One time! Yeah!
Awesome bowler.
One time, RH. We did it, Hoss. You're the man. And Coach Dougie.
I'm sorry. Referring to Doug Kent. Coach Dougie.
Sixth PBA Tour title for Patrick Allen. We will come back and hear from PA after he throws his final ball. The intensity has turned to smiles here in Mechanicsburg. Stay with us. We'll hear from Patrick Allen.
Ebonite rules.
The Keystone State Championship is brought to you by Ace, the official hardware store of the PBA. Ace, the helpful place. By Denny's, we're cooking now. By Dexter, where you can play with the pros. Enter to win at dextershoe.com. And by Motel 6, official lodging partner of the PBA. For the lowest price of any national chain, go to motel6.com. Great showing here in Mechanicsburg. 247-218 win by Patrick Allen over Tom Baker. He is the Keystone State champion here on the Denny's PBA Tour. Congratulations, PA. What does this mean at this stage of your career?
Well, obviously to win Player of the Year last year and win a few titles, you know, that was a thrill. And, you know, I still felt like I had something to prove after last year. You know, some people might have said it was a little bit of a fluke. I was a little unexpected to win. So, you know, I just wanted to come out this year and stay with Tommy Jones.
No fluke today, indeed. You are the champion of the Keystone State Championship here in Mechanicsburg.
Thank you.
Patrick Allen, congratulations. go around to him. With Randy Peterson and our entire ESPN team, I'm Joe Tessitore. Be sure to join us again next Sunday at 1 Eastern here on ESPN for the Empire State Championship from Clifton Park, New York. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. Coming up next here on ESPN, stay with us for Code Breakers. So long from the PBA Keystone State Championships at the ABC Lanes in Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania.